What is the use of async and await in C#? Explain with a real-world scenario.
Yes, definitely. I've worked quite a bit with asynchronous programming using async and await in C#, especially in web applications. Let me explain how I see them. Think of async as a keyword that lets the compiler know that the method will contain asynchronous operations. And await is what we use when we want the program to wait for a task to finish without blocking the thread. A real-world example from one of my projects would be a web application where we had to fetch user details from an external API while displaying the dashboard. Now, calling that API was time-consuming, especially with slower internet or when the service had latency. If we made a synchronous call, the entire UI would freeze until the response came back. But instead, we made that API call using an asynchronous method. So we marked the method as async and used await while calling the external API. That way, the main thread remained free to continue rendering other parts of the page or responding to user interactions. Another case I remember was while handling large file uploads. Using asynchronous file streams with await helped us keep the system responsive and reduce the risk of blocking server threads unnecessarily. One more point, when I use await, the control returns to the caller, and when the awaited task is done, it resumes where it left off. It's like saying, "Hey, go do this, I'll be back later." In short, async and await have helped me build scalable and responsive applications, especially in scenarios involving OOBE-bound tasks like API calls, file handling, and database operations.